Alright guys, welcome back to another Warframe video. As you can probably tell already, today is another first impressions video, and this is going to be Banshee today. Banshee is the one I almost picked over Chroma the last time, and funny enough, as I was doing Chroma, somebody in the comments was mentioning, hey, it would be interesting to see a new player's perspective on Banshee. And I read about Banshee and Chroma before I elected to go Chroma the last time, mostly because this kit, just reading about it, it didn't sound quite as impressive, though I guess in practice Chroma's kit isn't quite as impressive as it sounds on paper. Not that we're making direct comparisons here or anything, but just wanted to mention that. So we also have a few pieces of gear. So I've already customized my Banshee. I've got this kind of yellow, light blue, and chocolate brown kind of color scheme. And then we have a weapon with the kind of as close as I could, given the weapon type, to the usual color scheme, and that's the Velt. So as ever, we're going to start by jumping into Sanctuary Onslaught. We're going to get the levels really quickly, so we'll be working on both Banshee and the Velt at the same time. And if time allows, and we get enough progress on the Velt, I will also pop in another weapon to get some work on that as well. So the only thing I've done is the color customization. Maybe some people find that absolutely hideous, but I kind of like it. It looks completely different than any of the other color combos I've set up. So first things first, let's jump into the mod setup. So Banshee, let's just start with the usual. I mean, I realize that I don't have a melee on right now, but I do prefer what? I don't know what sort I have this for. It's sorted to rank, so it's probably going to be all the way at the left somewhere. Where is it? Steel charge. Yep, and that matches polarity. That's beautiful. Okay, so yeah, we're not using melee right now. Oh, she's a little quicker than the average off the bat. So for her, looks like she's got kind of mid health and shield. Armor's quite low. Energy's not bad for starting. And I did already read about her the other day. It sounds like pretty heavy use of a casting frame. So I think what I want to do is do efficiency first. So let's go. Actually, yeah, could I get a flow mod on here? Let's do it. Even though that doesn't match polarity, let's do it. Then let's go streamline as well. And I know that obviously takes a big chunk out of the gate, but that's going to leave us plenty of energy and then make everything cost less. And we'll go back to reread the abilities again. So I'm guessing I also need Intensify with this one. Based on what I recall about reading in the beginning, that leaves us 6 more. Range. Let me just quickly read this again. Weapon noise. Who really cares? Sonic wave that pushes targets. Okay, 1 is a knockback. It's kind of weak on the damage, but it'll pick up. I guess that could be useful for some reason, but I can't really see, you know, in Sanctuary Onslaught the use for that. Silence actually sounds like probably the best ability in the kit that isn't 4. So like 3-4 sounds like probably the best. That's a drain per second, and this is just a straight up drain for the cast. So yeah, definitely efficiency to lower the cost on that one, because that's pretty big. I think definitely getting the additional energy in the till, the flow mod, also is the right call. I imagine with this kit, I'm mainly going to be using 3-4. I'm sure there's a time and a place for 1 and 2, but that was my initial reaction. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad abilities or that the passive is necessarily bad. I just, relative to other frames, it sounds like 3-4 is the way to go. So that leaves us 6 points. Looking at this setup, I would like to get a little additional shield on there. I have a feeling they're going to feel maybe a bit squishy. Range, I guess, I mean, what's the range on 3, as it were? 10 meter? That's not huge. 12 meter, that's not huge either. So I probably want to get a little range on there. And I guess duration, I don't know if that actually matters on this. Maybe the duration of the stun could come. I'll figure it out as I start playing with it, but I feel like I definitely want to get some shield on here. This could be another one where something like, is it Hunter Adrenaline? Damage on health? No. Augur Message. Yeah, Augur Message is probably going to be useful on this frame, it seems, because it'll give us duration in the background, plus any energy we spend will get thrown back into shields. That is a good combination of perks, in my opinion. It's one that I've liked on a lot of builds. I don't claim to be an expert, guys. Obviously, I'm far from it. But just when I'm first jumping in, that's where my train of thought is. So I think what I'm going to do in the immediate here and now, I'm going to leave the remainder of this, but what I do want to see is it's red, the one I'm looking for, not Vitality. It's called Redirection, I believe. Where are you, Redirection? Do I have any lower tier Redirection? Certainly I do, right? Certainly I have a non-maxed out Redirection. I could throw just a little bit of extra shield in here. There we go. That only costs 2? Okay. And I've got 103 of them. Yeah, I think I can boost... well, it's kind of a... I don't want to say it's a waste, but let's just click it. I'll throw a couple extra points in this, and then I'll have one of those, you know, slightly better than the base level for the next time I jump in. And I'll just leave 2 in the tank. So yeah, 295 to 344. That's, you know, give me an extra nearly 50 points. That's not bad. I can work with that. So that's going to be our starting mod setup. The Velt I have not modded either. It is a semi-automatic, 26 in the mag. The fire rate's not slow. It does say that it's silent, so it seems like her thing is maybe stealth, looking at her passive. This doesn't have high crit. It doesn't have high status. So why don't we start with Serration I can't even get on. I guess let's just throw that on now. That'll leave 7. I should be able to get that on just to start. So the toxin should take, you know, precedence over the others. That's going to be our starting point, guys. That's what I'm setting up for the here and now. So let's just jump back into and read the full details on the abilities again. I mean, it's a pretty cool looking stance. I'm guessing that's one of her sonic ground smashing moves that they're showing in this little cutscene up here. It does look cool. There's no denying it. Weapon noises are hushed. Yep, we know. Sonic boom, sonic shockwave that pushes targets in range with enough force to incapacitate or eliminate attackers. Sonar, yeah, I mean, I guess that's useful. I just don't see me using it. 3, silence. This one that stuns and limits perceptions seems like it is a perfect setup to just almost function as like a freeze the enemy in place and they won't attack you. And then you can just, you know, do what you got to do. Then this one, obviously we know it's drain per second. This one actually sounds pretty good overall. I mean, is it really hitting all that hard? Not really. But, you know, we'll see how this kit functions. I guess we'll read the tips. Passive suppresses. Yeah, I guess that's cool. She would probably be pretty decent at spy missions for that fact, I guess. Sonic boom, since I'm flying. Impact damage. Anybody caught in the wave. Oh, you can send them over close. That's actually pretty funny. Sonic fracture. Augment mod for boom. Reduces enemy armor. That could also be useful. Enemy stunned by silence or affected by the stealth bonus for the duration of the stun. Okay, that's good. Good to know. Savage silence, augment for silence. Greatly increases finish damage while the ability is active. Okay, so if we could get some frame-specific augment mods, it could definitely make the kit better. Highlight weak spots from recasting zone or overlap. Oh, there's a damage multiplier for doing that. Okay, that's pretty cool. I guess. maybe it's a little more useful than I thought. So cast sonar for a damage boost, and then whatever you want to do from there, we'll play with it. Resonance augment mod for sonar creates another sonar wave. Ah, interesting. So if you take them out with a weak spot, it'll recast, I guess, one for free maybe. Combine sonar with AoE weapon. Yep, that's not bad. Enemies closest to Banshee during Soundquake are dealt more damage. Yeah, that tracks. Resonating Quake augment for Soundquake. Changes the ability into a single powerful sound wave that deals more damage at the epicenter. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So let me reread. Exposes critical weak spots to everyone in the squad. So I guess you have to hit where it's highlighting in order for the damage bonus to apply. It's not a bad multiplier. 2.6. Frankly, that's not bad. So we'll see. We'll see what we think when we get in here, guys. We've got the lay of the land. We read about it. Let's just jump in and test it out. I was on solo last time, so let me kick this back to public. And off we go. Sorry in advance, people. I guess that works well enough on low-level enemies, yeah. Let's just get out of there. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have a melee on me, do I? I'm guessing this is some kind of protective. Whoops, don't want to get right up on that. Yeah, the belt seems like it could be pretty decent once it gets worked up a bit. Good job, Chi. Right below me. Okay. Hey, we survived, guys. We stayed on our feet. That's a step in the right direction.
Do not weep for these creatures. They are immortal. They can and have faced 1 billion deaths. You, however, do not enjoy.
Yeah, this is actually, this Velt feels rather very pinpoint accurate.
Life consequences.
Transference, skill holding.
Yeah, even at range, it feels very accurate. I'm also a fan of semi-automatic weapons in general. When I play, you know, like a basic shooter, I normally play a marksman class, not a sniper class. I don't like snipers. I like marksman rifles with a less tight zoom. And to be playing on controller on console, this actually feels reasonably accurate. I'm reasonably happy with how this feels, because they tend to snap you towards the middle of targets, so you have to adjust. But the adjustment on this feels a bit more precise than on a lot of the weapons that I've used. So those playing on console, that's my thoughts on the belt so far. Somebody down there doing work. Very clever there, Eximus. Okay, Chi, I see you. Finish him off before my weapon could reload to go at it again. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I haven't gone down yet. I always expect getting tossed in on a new kind of playthrough that I'm going to go down. That's just my expectation. We'll just keep going.
Go now.
Now's where they're getting a lot more meaty. So, I'm guessing that this 2 ability might actually be very beneficial for the team because it does the damage multiplier. So, anybody hitting the targets that get marked by this, they're just going to take more damage inherently. So this maybe, even though on the surface it didn't sound that good to me, maybe it would be perhaps in particular like a boss fight. For good, quick damage multiplier? Yeah, the Velt's feeling pretty good. Not mad about that at all. I forget the name of that frame, that one that does those funky looking smash you in the middle. Corvex? Is that it? It's an interesting looking frame. I think it's the one that's giving this kind of, I don't know if it's a protective shield of some kind, but this kind of, whatever the aura is, kind of floating around me.
Our experiment moves to a new zone.
Somebody has thrown a massive overshield onto us. I mean, just massive. I don't know if that's Corvex or whatever the name of that frame is. I could be calling them the completely wrong name and sounding like a complete moron here. The one that's casting the thing around me. Whatever frame that is and whatever that frame is called. Be gone. Away with you. Yeah, it just wants... Yeah, that is one aspect about playing on console with the controller because it's way less precise than using a mouse. There's always some magnetic snap, which, depending on what it is you're trying to do and where the enemies are in the field, can actually be a great disadvantage to you. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. Yeah, this frame. That guy. Is that guy's name Corvex? With the Q? Am I crazy? Yeah, I may as well be trying to hit him with a pop gun. Jump back in. Should have enough levels, though, for a next unlock. Ah, there's 3. It's an ellipsis. It shows up so small as the ability I didn't even catch it. That's fine. Velt is already maxed. That was very, very fast. Okay. So let me leave that group real quick. Gonna back out. We're just gonna go back to the Velt for future purposes to finish getting that adjusted. It's got 19 points left. We can pull that low-level serration. Where is the normal serration? There we go. Throw that on. Yep, that's a big bump. Shred, punch through, split chamber. We don't have enough for split chamber. Yeah, unfortunately, without any polarized slots, it doesn't do much here. Maybe that one is polarized, but that doesn't help with split chamber. Being that's a semi-automatic, though, is it really? I mean, I guess every bit helps. With 11 left on here. $10 points for a little punch through. That's cheaper. Let's try that. That'll leave 3 points. I guess that's fine because I'm not going to be using that again anyway. It's already maxed. So do we have any other of this type? The standard Sabaris. We did the Dex Sabaris last time. So let's go standard Sabaris. Let's jump back onto Banshee first. Banshee's only got 4 points left, so we'll have to get some more levels, but we at least have that other ability unlocked. Sabaris.
Operator, your chosen Warframe suits you.
I could get a basic serration on again. No polarized slots, so there's not much else we can do about that. 7 out of 12. Can I get a basic level 6? Any kind of? We've got Cryo, Hellfire. I think Infested are all ranked too high. I was like Infested. Infected. That'll work. That's what I was looking for. Not infested, infected. Okay, that's going to be our starting point for the Sabaris. We're going to jump back in. This should hopefully give us a decent chance at getting another weapon leveled up here and continuing to level Banshee. So far, I don't want to say I'm disliking their kit. It's just, it's a little tough to say while I'm ranking up weapons in the background. So I'll probably do like the last time. We'll get some weapon leveling done, get them close to max, and then we'll pop in with a legitimate kit and then see how they perform. That's probably the best way, the most honest way properly to test it. So let's pop in here. Take 2. And yep, that's maxed. Okay, and Banshee's up to 21. That's fine. That should at least throw us a few more points in there to actually get a bit more power into the underlying kit for Banshee. That's my goal. Oh yeah, I actively left myself. So let's just put this weapon away. Sabaris, let's pull out something usable. I mean, I hate to say it, but the Nadaruk is probably my strongest primary right now. I know I've been using it a lot. Secondary, why don't we pull out the Twin Stubbas? Melee, let's go Zorus. Okay. So we're going to jump back in with this loadout. Oh, whoops. Give me just a second. I need to check Banshee first. Okay, we have 11 points here. So duration, I'm not sure how strong that would or wouldn't be in here. Their armor, I kind of would like a little bit more redirection shield capacity. Oh, shield's already at 433. That's not bad. That's honestly not bad. Augur message, ability duration, energy spent back to shields. I mean, they already have pretty good shields. Maybe armor would be more useful. I mean, I guess I could just boost up their shield a bit more. But we could go ahead and throw this in. Range, I think, is also going to be important, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do this. Plus, maybe I have a basic stretch. That's a 9, that's a 9. Do I have a lower tier stretch somewhere? I have a 4. 15 of these. Of course. That's fine. We'll take a stretch. You know, I guess I could bump this a few points and we could decide if we even want to keep it on or not. Whoop. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Let's just say 3. We'll max that out. That'll give us plus 30. So total up to 130. Yeah, 130 across the board on all of those. I'm sure that all of that isn't necessary. But again, the point was just to get some numbers up, and then we're going to jump back in and see what we think about how the kit functions once we get back in here. So let's do this one more time. A final little onslaught run. We'll have some cuts in this, guys. We'll see. We'll see what happens when we get in here. Let's just see. Pop it onto ability 2. Now what if we freeze them in place as well? What if I hit where it's glowing yellow? Oh, wow. Okay, so this definitely does a pretty big damage boost. The 2 does a big damage boost. So let's pop up here. I'm not sure how long this ability... Maybe, I don't think anybody else in here is playing Banshee. So let's tap it again. Let's just take a peek. Hit him in the arm. What if we use twin stubbers? That might be a better test. Okay, let's pull this guy. Hit him in the arm, hit him in the leg, hit him in the leg. I mean, I realize this is the round 1 opening round, so again, it's still a little tricky to tell. But I feel like even a single bullet out of this with the 2 ability, if you hit the spot that's marked, is doing more base damage. So it feels like it's not bad. Maybe go another round with a different enemy type again just to see. More coming through that door? No, not right now. Test it again. Hit him in the shoulder. Hit him in the side. Yeah, I mean, 7,000 on 1 bullet. I'm just tapping now. Tapping single bullets at a time. Yeah. So let's try it against... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the damage multiplier is real. It's very real. So long as you're hitting the spot that pops up on the marker, yeah. So I could see that being very useful in a boss fight, if nothing else. What's Banshee up to now? 23? What happens if I do this? Pull 2 followed by 4. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I feel like it probably has its case purpose, but it maybe is just a little more interesting of a frame. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm underwhelmed by its kit. I feel like it definitely could be useful in specific situations, but I'm just trying to think where the situation would be that just a better base build than what this kit could offer, even just in mods on basic weapons, let alone abilities, wouldn't be able to outperform what Banshee's kit provides. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let me know what you think. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. I don't want to say it's bad, necessarily. I'm just saying that there are probably better options that could do as well or better than this without, you know, it being incumbent entirely on abilities. I don't know. That's probably the best way I know to say it. And I'm probably truly not describing my thoughts on it as cogently as I could be. But that's, you know, that's my first takeaway.
A new data conduit.
Banshee's up to 24. We'll see if we can get him maxed in here. I mean, I'll probably play with him another day outside of Onslaught just to get a little more real-world testing anyway, so I'll probably make this my last round. But if nothing else, it'll at least throw us some more points with which to play. And Fest is just kind of a waste. Guess what I may try to do? Try to spam one ability to get damage strictly out of abilities from Banshee. To do some eliminations. I know someone to spawn here. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. What a strong ability. Yeah, look at that. So strong. They fear the acoustic push. I guess if the whole shtick was to just push enemies off of a cliff on a specific map, you could maybe make a user case for it. Yeah. So, as I'm playing through Onslaught here, I guess my main position, my main takeaway is underwhelmed. That's probably the most fair way I could say I'm feeling about this kit. Underwhelmed. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's perhaps underwhelming. Oh, those little guys. Yeah. Get him, Chi. I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that this might be a frame that, like, if you play it, like, oh man, yeah, I'm a Banshee main. Like, people laugh at you. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh. Like I said, once we get out of Onslaught, after this round ends, we'll take it out for a little real-world testing. I'll go check the Nightwave console to see if there's anything I could do real quick. Yeah, get away from that. I don't want to go through it. I actively want to not go through it.
Moves to a new zone.
I mean, yeah, the weak spot ability almost seems to be like just kind of the king of its ability heap. Yeah, my initial reading of it and my thoughts on it before I got to take it into practice seemed to be not that far removed from reality. That's okay. Yep, I'm the only one left in here. So here's what we're going to do. Let's check the Nightwave console real quick. We'll just see if there's anything specifically I can target. Hey. Just eliminations. 9 and 15. I think what I might try to do is solo a survival mission and just let some waves go. Complete 9 and 15. That would be another one that could go pretty quickly, but the outright eliminations would be for more. So why don't we go to... Oh, you know what I could do? Because we're going to need XP anyway. Let's go pop over to Fortuna and let's just pick up a bounty. So, yeah, my takeaway kind of stands. There may be a case to be made for very niche, specific real-world applications of this frame, but relative to, I would have to say, a majority of those that I've used before, this is not one that I see me coming back to again and again and again. I will get it fully ranked up. No question about that. But, yeah, that's my takeaway. It's underwhelming. That's where I'm going to leave it. Perhaps it's just how you set the kit up. Perhaps it absolutely slaps and there are dedicated, Banshee mains. Probably are. I'm sure there are for all of them. But at least on surface level, maybe I should frame it best. It's not as usable. It's as usably strong as some of the others. That's probably the most fair way to put it. But before we bow out, let's at least double check. Yeah, it gets us up to 6 more left in the till. I guess I'll just leave that. I don't even know where I want to put that point, but we can come into the stubbers and we're going to have plenty. Gosh, way more than we could possibly use. That's max. Do I have a maxed target cracker? Nope, that's the highest level one I have, and I know I have it in a few other builds, so it would mess those up. What about Expel Corpus? Do I have anything higher than that? It's going by rank, so I'm guessing not. Oh, yeah, I do. Take that off. Throw in the maxed. Why not? What else? Let's see. It's already got really good crit and status. What else could I possibly need to throw on this? We've got corrosive. Could I add in another additional element into the fray? I mean, I guess I could. Feels like maybe that would be a bit of a waste, though. I don't know what else truly that I need out of this. Status duration. Status chance is pretty high. Status duration, I guess, could be useful. But let me see if there's anything else. Target cracker, we've got expel. So,
Welcome.
yeah, I truly don't even know what else I would want to put on here. Maybe we could just throw a Grenier plus a Corpus and just have this ready for whatever enemy type comes at us. I guess I'll leave it at that for now. I'll probably play around with this a little bit. But, yeah, guys, that's my first impression of Banshee. I'm not saying it's a bad frame. It probably comes down to user error, to be frank. But just in general, from a first-time user's perspective, I would say this frame feels not quite as powerful as a majority of the others. That is my big takeaway. I will finish ranking it up, but this is one that I probably won't be coming back to again and again and again, but probably would come back to it just to play around with it down the line. So yeah, guys, for what it's worth, that's my first impression of Banshee. And we're still working on other stuff in the background. So in the next video, I am going to continue chasing down the Nightwave so I can hopefully finish it before this season reset. And yeah, moving on to the last final cluster of story missions. Guys, that is going to do it for today. As always, I do sincerely appreciate you checking in, and we will catch you on the next one.